Make sure everyone can hear me right quick. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Jesus, that is the worst way for a live stream to go. And this is none of my stuff, oh Lord. Jesus Christ. Let's try to tighten this up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watch Team is here with a live stream update on Hurricane Idalia. We do have a lot to talk about from the latest update from the National Hurricane Center as of 10 a.m. Just from the look of the satellite imagery, let me just double check, make sure I am live. Be okay. And they should be able to hear me. Okay, they can hear me. Okay, good. Just by the look of the satellite imagery, you could see deep convection starting to wrap around the center, of the hurricane, which is basically showing signs that we are seeing rapid intensification at this point. Definitely seeing swells up along the east coast or west coast of Florida here, Tampa Bay, Naples down here. Really starting to see that water move in, big choppy waves, deep convection even in the outer bands, out in the Key West area. So very, very heavy amounts of rain. Flooding is going to be an issue. Storm surge is going to be a major issue. The latest update from the National Hurricane Center is predicting 10 to 15 feet of storm surge at the center. Now, I do want to go to the National Hurricane Center and talk a little bit about what, try to clarify some things up here. This is a very old storm. We do have Tropical Depression 11. We're not going to focus on that. Or even Franklin. The only thing I want to say about Franklin is they are going to see some swells. Really any land beaches that are facing Franklin out toward the Atlantic are gonna see swells. Beach, very, very heavy rip currents, big choppy waves. Do not go swimming. And if you anywhere from the Bahamas, Florida, all the way up the East Coast, this peaked at 150 miles an hour. I do believe there's non-tropical storm warnings now in effect for Bermuda if you live in those areas. Just be careful, be safe out there. So this is what the latest update from the National Hurricane Center is saying. It's got winds of about 85 miles an hour. It is now making its way to the north at about 14 miles an hour. Air pressure has dropped down to 976 millibars. Hurricane Idalia is strengthening. Life-threatening storm surge and hurricane conditions are expected along portions of the Gulf Coast of Florida of tonight and into Wednesday morning. So again, here's the latest. Again, they are expecting this to peak at 125 miles an hour. Continuing with this, we could see this even intensify upwards of 100 and up to 130 miles an hour. And again, in just 24 hours, it could be approaching landfall there at 125 miles an hour. I do want to look a little bit at the graphics, a little bit about what people mean by it. It meaning the center of the storm or where the center is going. And these conditions are much more than just where the center is at. This really dealing with what, I do want to, give credit to Mark Sudduth and what he's, pretty much explained that the storms, this is going to not only affect, it's not going to be just right where the center moves over land. It's going to be pretty much almost the entire peninsula of Florida is going to be affected by the system. You're going to have hurricane force winds. You're going to have storm surge inundation. You're going to have tornadoes. You're going to have inland flooding. You're going to have saltwater flooding. You're going to have the storm surge, all right? And so he has an acronym called SWIFT, SWIFT. And so, looking at that, we're dealing with, storm surge, wind, inland flooding, and tornadoes. All of that meaning that we're going to be seeing these effects moving across the entire state of Florida. And not just Florida, but Georgia could be seeing winds gusting to over 100 miles an hour. South Carolina, even tropical storm watches up for North Carolina. Flooding, once this moves over land, the storm isn't done. Once it makes landfall, it doesn't just dissipate and all the problems go away. It's going to continue to move through Georgia, South Carolina, and then even affect North Carolina as it moves away from the United States. And this flooding is going to continue. All right, this flooding is going to continue. There's going to be lots of heavy rain and flooding, and that's certainly something I wanted to talk about. Storm surge, literally, Florida Keys, 1 to 2 feet. East Cape Sable, 1 to 3 feet. Even Tampa Bay, huge populated area, 4 to 7 feet. If you remember with Hurricane Charlie back in 2004, it came up right south of Tampa Bay, but it came right into the Naples area. And it produced a huge amount of flooding. I believe 150 miles an hour upon landfall there in 2004, August, I believe, of 2004. So this storm was just, it was absolutely a catastrophe. 100% a horrible catastrophe. And then obviously you had Hurricane Ian. Oh Lord, what's happening? Can this not happen? That would be great. That would be great. Are we still alive? We doing okay? Okay, we're doing okay. Okay. Just want to make sure we're doing okay. And please stop doing this. Come on. Last thing I need is... Are we still alive? Are we good? Oh, Lord. Okay, can you just... Okay, can this just... I just need to do a live stream on this. I'm trying to do a live stream, man. That's literally it. I'm not trying to do anything bad. Okay, fine. If that computer can just stay off, that monitor can just stay off, that would be great. Like I was saying, we're going to be dealing with extremely heavy storm surge, inundation, flooding. Where the center moves is not where all the impacts are going to be. They're going to be affecting all of Florida. Going to be dealing with tornadoes, even downbursts are possible with these storms. And I do expect now, possibly, a major hurricane is not out of, a Category 4 is not out of the realm of possibility. And again, I don't got time to talk to these people. Don't y'all know I'm doing a live stream? Come on. This is important. Looking at what we're seeing here, day 2 through Thursday morning, we will be dealing with heavy amounts of flooding, all the way from the panhandle of Florida, up to Jacksonville, Savannah, Augusta, Charleston, even into Wilmington, North Carolina, and just off the coast of North Carolina. Bruh, I need to do this stream. This is very important. Like I was saying, these storms are just going to be this storm is just going to be absolutely catastrophic for lots of these areas, especially when it comes down to the flooding. I want to look at this, talk about how far inland the storm surge is going to go in, how far inland the storm surge is going to be impacting areas inland. We're looking at storm surge inundation. I really wish I could get this whole map zoomed in. That'd be great. So I mean, even down here in the Tampa Bay area, we're talking easily 5, 6, 7 feet in some areas. But especially right, this is pretty old still. 4 a.m. Really right along these areas we're gonna have the worst of the flooding, but this is gonna move right across, just to the west or just near Gainesville, and that's gonna have a huge impact. Hurricane force winds are gonna be there. You're gonna have, there's an intense amount of rain, flooding, strong winds, even the possibility of tornadoes are possible moving onshore. Again, hurricane force winds are more than likely to be happening with this system, as we're going to be seeing this only intensify in the coming hours. Okay. Again, this is the latest satellite imagery of the hurricane. You can see deep convection starting to wrap around the center of the storm. That's kind of what we're looking at right now. Possibly here over the next several hours, we could start to see an eye develop. I do want to show y'all long wave infrared, as we do start to see some of these temperatures of the satellite begin to warm up. Oh fudge, what did I just do? Okay, that was a mistake. Okay, I need the rest of y'all to be over here. Can you come over here? No? Please? Please. Thank you. No. Oh, Jesus. Why is this not? No, let's do it. I don't care. Whatever. This whole setup is a mess. It's just not working very well. But I do want to mention and point out we are seeing deep convection moving around the center, and we are starting to see some warming of the exact center. You can actually see it right about there of where we are starting to see the beginning developments of an eye beginning to develop, and that is just another sign of rapid intensification, deep thunderstorm activity. Seeing these outer bands moving towards the Keys, just absolutely, heavy rain, flooding, even tornadoes are possible with this. Oh, I want to look at the satellite actually, not the. So again, here it is. Let's go to 48 frames. Is it true color? So again, this is true color. So that's actually some pretty incredible satellite imagery right there. Deep convection right there near the right around the center of the storm. I do believe an eye is trying to develop from this, and that is most certainly concerning. Other than that, just an absolutely beautiful satellite imagery. And there's the storm. Deep, deep, deep convection. Actually, I can actually do 200 frames. Pretty incredible satellite imagery there. You can see the outflow up here. And this storm is only going to intensify stronger and become more intense. Because it's only going to become more intense because of the sea, warm. You know, we're talking 85, 86, 87, 88 degree sea surface temperatures, and that goes down to a depth of several hundred meters, and so there is a lot of energy that has not been touched and used up during the entire hurricane season, and this is just absolutely incredible. All right, change. Alright. Oh, on sign imagery, click on the globe and then. Oh, wow. Let's see if we can do lightning. Figure out a way to do lightning here. It's actually, it's really gotten a lot bigger here recently. Alright, we're gonna do. Product overlays. Ah, okay. No, not minimum. So this just kind of shows you the lightning in the system, and then I'm gonna go back. You can really see out here. We were actually, I believe we were actually seeing. I thought I saw some lightning earlier in the eye wall, from a website that I was looking at. No, that was last night. I think I was seeing that. Yeah. And this is all of this is lightning. Back down to 48 frames. And then go back to clean. Nope, not that. Oh, there you go. True color. There you go. That's a little bit easier to see. all this lightning just right off and approaching the coast. We're seeing a lot more of those intense thunderstorms approaching just off the coast of Tampa Bay. Probably near the beach, you might be able to hear some thunders and some roars. But certainly these storms are only going to be making them closer towards the beach as the storm, closer towards Tampa Bay as the storm, north. The lightning is going to become more intense as the storm intensifies. Even over Cuba in Havana, Cuba, we're still seeing some lightning. Mapping. Goes derived. Look at the Cape. Well, that's crazy. Total precipitable water. Oh, that's just a moisture, I think. Is it SPC? Okay. Oh. Oh, okay, I see. No, that's not what I meant. I think it was... Oh, okay, there we go. Finally, we're getting this thing to finally work. And just slowly just talk about this. Get everyone on. Okay, I'm gonna go to a completely different view. Try this again. No. No, that's not what I meant at all. Well, that's actually a really good... That's very interesting. Wow, that's a lot of lightning. Wow. No, I keep clicking that. Okay. Mesoscale, boom, here, and then mosaic, and then true color. What is this? That's crazy. You can turn on and off the side. I don't know. Oh. See what you're saying now? Continental, regional. There you go. That's a better one. And then boom. There you go. Oh wow. Look at that. You can actually see. Okay, if I wish I could zoom into this a little bit better, but I can't. Can you do sub-regional? Localize. Not quite. Not localized. Okay, so you can actually see, you can kind of see the convection and starting to see some more. You can see the convection where you see some more of those yellows and oranges developing, and I do think those are going to become more intense as the storm becomes to intensify. And I think we'll see oranges and reds as the storm approaches the coast, and we're going to be seeing, that's where the strongest ones are, right, well, actually might be the strongest ones might be right down here. But look at all this. This probably all has lightning in it. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to go to sub-regional. God, I wish I could get better. But that's what we got looking at right now. But this is Key West radar. Right. Okay. And then I'm curious if I look at active warnings, radar selection, Key West. Okay. And then can I zoom out? I don't think. No, there's not. I thought I could, but I can't. I thought I'd be able to look at more, like, we'll have to really wait to see. We'll actually look at when this does approach land, we'll actually be able to use, when I'm at home, I'll be able to use, obviously, Radar Omega and look at the high resolution radar and satellite imagery, and we'll be able to really dissect what's going on. We'll be able to use the velocity, look at the wind speed and cameras, and it's a whole thing. It's really interesting. But really, I got this part working. I'm happy. I was nervous. National Hurricane Center. So that's what we have with this system. Right now, this is what we're looking at. Again, it is expected to become a major hurricane. Hurricane watches, tropical storm warnings, tropical storm watches, and hurricane warnings are in effect. Obviously, this is a still image. This isn't a live camera, but this is near Fort Myers Beach. If we go back to the satellite imagery, and then turn that off. How do you turn this off? Oh, that's how. This, and then go true color. Fort Myers Beach. That's probably this that you're seeing right here. Is what you're seeing right here. That is where you're having that intense, heavy band of rain making its way over land, because it's still pretty far off the beach. That water is not looking very pretty, I will be honest. Also, there does not seem to be a seawall or anything protecting this right here. But that's what we're looking at right there. I actually have to go to the restroom, so I will be back momentarily. I will be back. I'll be right back, y'all. We're going to continue to do live coverage on this for about another hour or so. And then I'll probably head home and we'll be talking about the, I'll be doing a live stream and video updates over there at home. Oh, computer is freaked out now. Bruh, this isn't good. This is like the worst thing that can happen. Well, I'm just gonna not say anything. Why did this have to happen? No. Okay, we should be good now. See anything out here on Key West? A real? What the hell is this? Oh, Jesus, way too loud. Holy Lord. This is what it's looking like in Key West right now. Oh, y'all can't hear anything. Why is this not working? I have no idea why this just does not want to work. Oh, that's why. Speakers. Love to know why we can't hear anything. Well, maybe there's just nothing to hear. But that's what the weather right now is looking like in Key West. Wow, pretty incredible. Wow, that's actually really cool. Look at that. It is winds from the southeast about 30 miles an hour. Pretty incredible, to be honest. Fitzgerald, Georgia. Let me take a look at where that actually is and then kind of come up with a super quick prediction based on where I know where the track is going to be and areas around it are going to be affected. But Fitz. Probably y'all won't be on the wet side, so y'all won't get a huge amount of rain. But I do expect, probably most likely, you're gonna have tropical storm force winds. Several. What was that sound? Several inches of rain are more likely, are very expected. 2 to 3 inches, possibly upwards of 4 inches of rain are possible. Okay. But, wow, you get into the whitecaps. That's actually really pretty. The water is just beautiful. The clouds, nah, a little on the scary side, right? Little on the scary side. Hit the skate. We have all these. Like, look at this one right here. Gusty winds. Water is beautiful. Water is as blue as can be. And the sky is as black as can be. It just... Why do we click on Good Lord, I hope I do not get copyright. You look at the weather right here. Okay, this is Mallory Square, Key West, from the Ocean Key Resort. So that is currently what the conditions are looking at like right now. Not good. Gusty winds for sure. Probably some storm surge later on as the storm continues to intensify. Some big choppier waves for sure. Alright, I'm gonna just get out of this. Talk a little bit more about the satellite imagery. Again, this is this entire band right here. Storm is just generally just really intensifying and has just become much more defined and more well developed. Okay, unassigned mission. No, not this again. You're doing so good. Okay. No idea. I think it's okay. It's finished. Maybe they're just burning off fuel. I don't know. There's no way they need to be burn off more fuel. They've gone all over the place. Please don't do this. Please. Please don't do this. That is what we're looking at with the satellite imagery. Deep convection and eye trying to develop. I can almost completely guarantee that at this point. Okay. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. Nothing super duper crazy. Nothing terrifying. Nothing ridiculous or anything like that, but certainly we are absolutely certainly seeing a lot of lightning in the outer bands. I do think as the storm continues to intensify, we will more than likely continue to see more and more lightning as possible here. Near the, oh yeah, there it is. There it is. There we go. We got lightning in the eye wall of the hurricane, which is that the moment you see lightning in the eye wall of the hurricane is the moment when you know that this storm is undergoing rapid intensification. There we go. We got some lightning in the eye wall. Absolutely very rare to see lightning ever in the eye wall. Boom, there it is. Absolutely incredible, and also so very, very terrifying. Alright, I don't really have a lot to say. But we are looking at this storm is going to be rapidly intensifying through the rest of the day. We're going to be giving updates. Storm surge, again, 10 to 15 feet upon landfall in the area where it makes landfall. We're going to see inundation several miles inland. With the storm surge, heavy rain, flooding, and the possibility of tornadoes cannot be ruled out with this system. Alright, I do want to look at... Oh, tornado threats not popped up yet for... And there's a peak storm surge. Again, 10 to 15 feet is possible with this. Again, and winds expected to be as high as 125 miles an hour upon landfall with this system. So everything in peak is a storm surge warning, and everything in the light pink is a storm surge watch. The storm surge watches in Georgia and South Carolina. We are looking at storm surge warnings in Tampa Bay, Florida, all the way down here just north of Port Charlotte, all the way up through Spring Hill, and just to the east of Panama City Beach, Florida. And so flooding is going to be a big issue. We're going to be dealing with not just saltwater flooding, but freshwater flooding, and also the risk of tornadoes. This is interesting. I would love to, but I can't. I just can't. I can't see. I cannot get anything here. No, computer, please don't. Please don't. Please don't do this. This one I think is one of the most fascinating. See if it's... Oh, wow. Big waves out there. Only the strong winds are interesting. Yeah, file is not found. I'm gonna go back and take a little bit better look at. This is localized. Localized subregions. How about localized? This is not as local as I'd like for it to be. Okay, this is continental. This is regional. This kind of just shows you the Northern Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. Good old mosaic radar. And again, there it is. There's the lightning. Boom! There it is. Some lightning right there. Popping up right there. Actually, I want to get closer. I want to see. Maybe. See if we can see if there's a huge A little bit of lightning right there. No, you won't be able to do that. So we have global, we have continental, regional, and then localized. It's way down here still. So we'd have to like look at, you can either look at this. Right here you can kind of see the lightning. Boom. So we are seeing some lightning in the storm for sure, which is, again, this is very, very rare. You don't usually see this. Like, at all. Just doesn't happen. Mapping. So those are the counties. Political and state borders. Storm Prediction Center. Interesting. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to do that one because that's going to be from YouTube, so that one's gonna probably be of the not so good. I'll get copyright if I do that one. And we know our history with YouTube. We've made a few mistakes in the past where we've gotten copyright claims. And the last thing I want is there to be any chance of us not being able to be monetized because of copyright issues. Peter's actually been very good today so far. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now with this system. Convection, deep convection, lightning, gusty winds. Wish I could see, like, I want to look at wind data. That'd be cool. I'll look at it on my phone, just so I have an idea of what's actually happening there. Oh, it's not that. Just looks like it's a picture of a. I don't even know. Nothing too exciting. There's some dripping rain. Looks like it's by a river. Does anyone have any comments, questions, or concerns? Back to the National Hurricane Center. All right. Is it this one? So we have Mallory Square. This one also seems fairly interesting. Seeing whitecaps out there. Clearly heavy rain impacting the Key West area. Are these boats out here? Those could either be boats, the oil rigs, or something along the lines of that. Please no. Please don't, computer. Good. Don't crash on me. And then obviously we got this one. Look at this buoy out here, just rocking back and forth. There's another buoy back there. So we're looking at this. At least they have all their chairs laying, most of their chairs, so they don't just blow away. But big waves out there. And I think that's only going to get worse. Obviously, for Key West, this is probably as bad as it's really going to get. 35, 40 mile an hour winds, big choppy waves. But as this approaches landfall, it's actually going to get significantly worse. Don't do this, computer. Turn back on. Good. Stop it. Nope. God, this this monitor's gonna give me a stroke. So, looking at what we have here, we're seeing big waves, 35 to 40 mile an hour winds in some areas. The waves are gonna be the big problem. Most certainly, waves, big problem with the waves. This computer just stop doing that. It's giving me anxiety. No, not both computers. No, not again. No. Good lord. Freaking hell. That was that. Or this one. This is a good one here too. You can really see the stronger winds from this one. Waves crashing over the rocks. Although that's a pretty good shot right there. The big old waves crashing over the rocks. Although the water here is not very pretty. You can kind of see it out in the distance. Actually, perfectly. You could kind of see, but you could have seen prettier water. But that's kind of what we're looking at right now with this storm here in Key West. The effects that Key West is seeing with this system. Big, heavy buoy out there. Gusty winds for sure, 35, 40 mile an hour winds, gusts. Big waves, big choppy waves for sure. Alright, let's take a look at the radar down here. Change map selection. Free zoom. No, don't do it. See you trying to. Key West. I think Key West. No, Key West doesn't have a big enough shot. I don't know why that is. I do not know why that is. Yeah, the Key West. Click on SD for complete. Why do you keep doing this, computer? Could you not? Find HD. I'm not the most smartest person. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now I need to zoom out. Oh, SD. Oh, I closed on HD. Okay. The internet cannot possibly. It's just about 1 hour of time. All right, let's take this will just help us take an idea, look at an idea of just how long. So you can certainly see that the storm has developed better over the past hour. We're seeing more heavy rain in the eye wall of the hurricane, and I do think the storm is going to generally become stronger and more intense over the next several hours as it takes advantage of those very, very warm sea surface temperatures. God, it's so cold in here. Okay, let me see if there's anybody saying anything. I do think that we could see the storm reach Category 4 intensity prior to landfall. With the most in the recent times, I do think this one's what? No. I want. What is happening here? Holy Lord. With a lot of the recent storms that we've seen in the past, we have seen a lot of these systems right before landfall really ramp up. Even with Harold there in Florida or in South Texas, we saw it ramp up quickly up to 50, 55 miles an hour right there before landfall. So I do think we're going to see a lot more of these systems do the same and see them ramp up prior to landfall. I don't want to make this too long because I do want to head on home here pretty soon. So I can prepare for a video or maybe another live stream update today and talk more about the hurricane and what its impacts will be to Florida. Storm surge is going to be worse than I think people are expecting it to be. Where's my phone? There it is. Okay, and we do think this could reach Category 4 intensity prior to landfall there. Right now, again, and we could see upwards of 10 to as much as 15 feet of storm surge is possible with this storm. Alright, just a couple more things I want to talk about. And then click play. And here you can, oh Lord. Here you can see Key West. And so we are seeing that heavy rain making its way into the Key West area. Very heavy rain. Downbursts are possible. Isolated tornado or tornado. Tornado, excuse me. Rather going to be a downburst or a water spout is possible. There too. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Got overlays like radar warnings and more specifically on this map. Okay. So we're gonna go to overlays. Watches and warnings. So these must be hurricane warnings up here. And then I think he said, and then do click on static radar. Bingo! Okay, well I kind of want like severe weather warnings. Or severe weather warnings. Like hurricane warnings and tropical weather warnings. What's present weather mean? Oh, vorticity. Oh, interesting. Oh, vorticity. Spit in the atmosphere. Took me a second to figure out what that meant. Pressure falls. Pressure gradients. Wind gusts. So many interesting little things that we got in here. I don't know how to get the satellite. Oh, I think you click on this, and then no. Hold up, let's go back to this. Get rid of like 90% of these things because I keep messing this up by mistake. I want to look at the satellite and the radar. I just gotta figure out how to, gotta play around with it a little bit to figure out what's going on here. And then overlays. Keep it on the satellite and then oh, composite right there. Oh, there we go. I'm flipping it around in my head the other direction. Keep it like this. And there you go. You got what we have. Oh no, the other one is better. 24 is better. Ooh. Just check one thing real quick. I'll probably sign off here pretty soon because this will be the best time for me to head back to the studio. Yeah, this will be about the best time to head back to the studio about now. It's only about 35 minute drive. I'm going to look at the West cams just one more last time. And then we're going to wrap this thing up and close this thing off. So, and we will conclude this here. So, looking at these once last time. So again, like I said, these are the kind of severe weather things you're gonna see. These are like downburst, gusty winds with these systems here, as that band of heavy rain is moving into the Key West area that we've been watching. And that's kind of what we're looking at. They're saying about, oh, switches to centigrade. Oh shit. Okay, whatever. That's pretty intense. And then also, wow, that one you can't even see the island anymore. And then this one's also seeing some gusty winds there too, but doesn't really seem as intense as this one. This one seems to be certainly the most interesting. This one. Yeah, this one was good too. What is this? Control. It's not playing. This one isn't working too much either. Alright, so I'm just going to keep on this one, look at this one. I'm going to wrap this video up, this stream up here. Thank you all for watching. I just wanted to make this stream quick. I want to make it simple. Category 4 is what we think it could reach upon landfall. We could be seeing, very, very strong winds upwards of 20 to 130 miles an hour upon landfall. Tornadoes are going to be possible with this. Flooding is going to be a big problem. Flooding, hurricane force winds, up to 10 to 15 foot of storm surge. So the storm is only going to get worse as the day goes on. That's really going to be it today, guys. Thank you all for watching. And we will have a lot more updates for y'all this afternoon. So stay tuned. And with all that being said, have a wonderful rest of your day. And peace out.